Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Halos and the Tigers have split the first two games of this series, thus setting up the rubber match here at Comerica Park. It is Game 3 of the series between the Angels and the Detroit Tigers. The Angels in third place in the American League West, 6 games back, and now find themselves a couple of teams back in Wild Card 2 spot, a game back of the Minnesota Twins. We welcome you inside Comerica Park and back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and last night Hector Santiago had the ball and was on the mound. He struggled, ended up taking the loss. Today, Mike Scioscia hands the ball off to Matt Shoemaker, fresh off his stint down at AAA.
Yeah, Victor, so important for him to establish his fastball. Take a look at our tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. When Matt Shoemaker is good, his fastball command on the lower part of the strike zone is so important for him. Velocity, not that much of a deal for Matt Shoemaker. Hitting his spot so important because of what it does. It sets up that nasty split finger fastball, the grip, the rotation of that pitch, the downward action, not lateral action, but downward action to get a swing and miss. So important for him because he established that fastball at the knee splitter to get a swing and miss. He can get a lot of swing and misses with that split finger fastball. Important against this very good Detroit lineup.
All right, last night we saw Justin Verlander almost no-hit the Angels. Today they will face almost the complete opposite, a left-hander in Randy Wolf.
Yeah, a lot of change-up from Randy Wolf. We know him. He was in the Angel organization last season. Of course, we talked about Matt Shoemaker, what he has done. He's a local product here from the Detroit area, 5-9 mark. But Randy Wolf, a lot of change-up, especially behind in the count. Fastball is still pretty solid, not overpowering, but he spots his fastball. But it's his changeup and curveball are his go-to pitches in situations where he needs to get a big out.
Randy had spent most of the season at AAA in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, making his second Major League start this year. We're just about ready for baseball here at Comerica. Sit back, relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball is brought to you by the Acura It's That Kind of Summer event. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. By Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Game of this three-game set between the Angels and the Tigers. The Halos took game one by the final of 8-7. Last night, of course, a 5-0 complete game. One hitter for Justin Verlander. We'll see what Matt Shoemaker has in store this afternoon against the Tigers. This is the lineup that Mike Scioscia will present. Game number 127 for the Angels at 64 and 62. Cole Calhoun back in right field. Mike Trout at center. Albert serving as a DH this afternoon with C.J. Cron at first, batting in the cleanup spot. Eric Ibar at short. Shane Victorino gets a start at left. Carlos Perez back behind the plate. Caleb Coward at third base, and Grant Green, after missing yesterday's game with a sore right knee, back in the lineup, batting ninth and playing second as they take on the 39-year-old left-hander, SoCal native by the name of Randy Wolf.
And Randy Wolf's fastball is 86 to 90, slider, curveball, very good changeup. My go-tos to be successful. Think the other way against Randy Wolf. A lot of changeups and break the ball on the outside part of the plate and adjust to that off speed. Will show the fastball in on occasion, but mainly off speed.
Check out the defense for the Tigers this afternoon. Collins goes, and Martinez in the outfield from left to right. It's Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and Cabrera around the infield from third to first, and Avila behind the dish.
And goes in center field and go get that baseball. Plays a very shallow center field, but very comfortable going back on the baseball for that Bellflower High School graduate SoCal product.
Cole Calhoun stepping up. Today's first pitch being delivered by the UPS store. Wolf making his second start in the big leagues this year. Recently acquired in a deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Made a start against Texas. Ended up taking the loss. Giving up 4 runs, 3 earned on 9 hits, 7 innings of work, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Cole at 266. 19 home runs, 66 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night. Made the last out of the game with a fly ball to center. Skies this one foul. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned earlier that Randy Wolf had spent most of the season at AAA in the Blue Jays system at Buffalo. Made 23 starts for them, 9-2 and a 2.58 ERA. Got traded over here. He's bounced around over the last couple of seasons. Matter of fact, bounced through 3 organizations last year. This one's ripped foul. One of which was the Angels. Pitched in 7 games with Salt Lake. At 1-1 with a 4.78 ERA after signing in late July with the Angels. Never got called up.
He was an all-star with the Phillies back in the day. Second round pick by the Phillies out of Pepperdine University.
One, 2 now. And Cole goes down swinging on the off speed, and there's the first out of the game.
And trying to lay off that off speed upstairs. Fastball upstairs. A lot of pitchers are going above the letters against Cole Calhoun. Chase that one.
So here's Trout. Mike at 295, 33 and 73. 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout. Verlander had 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, giving up the 1 hit to Chris Iannetta, leading off the 9th inning, the double that made the chalk fly.
Boy, he was incredibly impressive last night, Verlander.
The little plume of white smoke coming up down the left field line.
His reaction was priceless. Thought he had the perfect pitch. We thought he was going to throw Chris a breaking ball after the pitch before, but went with a fastball and ran in on the inner half of the plate, and Iannetta doubled down the line.
Trout ahead of the count at 3 balls, no strikes. Three and 1.
One thing about Wolf, there's a lot more changeups when he's behind in the count. This might be a time where he might try to throw a changeup. 3-1. Well, he looks like he's going inside. He threw a changeup.
And that's his MO now. It has been for the last couple of years.
He actually throws more changeups when he's behind in the count than he is when he's ahead of the count.
And Trout goes down swinging. 2 outs, back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Wolf.
Speaking of Verlander and almost getting a no-hitter last night, the list, look at that list of most no-hitters in Major League history. Nolan Ryan, of course, at the top with 7. Sandy Koufax with 4. And Verlander was just the chalk line away from joining the next group as far as 3 career no-hitters. He was dialing up that fastball early on, 91, 92, 93. Then by that 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, 96 and 97.
Albert looks at a strike. Pujols sitting 251, 34 home runs, 74 runs batted in. He's at 554 career home runs, 1,146 extra base hits.
Albert with 3 career home runs against Randy Wolf.
Oh, we've seen Jared Weaver's at 69 miles per hour. There's the left-handed version, Randy Wolf. 0-2. Got to the big leagues for the first time in '99. Just celebrated his 39th birthday 5 days ago. Albert skies one out to the right side. Shallow right field. J.D. Martinez comes racing in. Calls off Kinsler at the last second, and the Angels go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Matt Shoemaker to face Kinsler, Collins, and Cabrera when we return. Out Brad Ausmus and his lineup for the Tigers at 60 and 66, tied for 3rd in the American League Central. Ian Kinsler will lead things off for the first time in this series. Tyler Collins in left, Miguel Cabrera at first, Victor Martinez at DH. J.D. Martinez homering last night is 34th. It's a career high for him. He's at right. Nick Castellanos at 3rd. Alex Avila seeing action for the first time in the series is behind the plate. Iglesias in short and goes in center. Taking on Matt Shoemaker, making his 22nd start of the season. First is being recalled from AAA. He's 5-9 and a 4.76 earned run average.
1-0 in his career versus the Tigers, his hometown team. ERA 0.73, but the key for him, that split finger fastball. He throws a little over 22% of his pitches are split finger fastball, and nearly 20% are put in play. He needs to have that on the ground put in play against him.
First one is down and in on Kinsler, hitting .307 with 8 home runs, 59 runs batted in. He was in the 2 spot last night and going 1 for 4 with a triple, his 7th of the season. That is ripped down the left field line, and that is foul.
Key for Matt, we talked about even in the opening, getting that fastball down in the strike zone. That sets up a potential swing and miss with his split finger fastball.
He's never pitched at Comerica, but he has pitched against the Tigers. He's got good numbers in those 2 starts. This one's lifted out towards shallow right field. Crone and Green. It's Green, the second baseman, making the catch. There's out number 1. Defensively for the Angels, the outfield change: Victorino, Mike Trout, and Cole Calhoun from left to right. The infield with Caleb Coward and Eric Ibar on the left side. Grant Creed and C.J. Crone on the right with Perez behind the dish.
And Coward making his 9th straight start at third base. He's made some outstanding plays at arm strength. No matter where he is at third base, he can throw that ball across the diamond very effectively, but he's showing some good range at third base.
There are rumors that David Freese could join the Angels by the time they get to Northern California on Monday. First one is down and away to Tyler Collins. Collins, a left fielder, hitting .264. Saw action in Game 1 on Tuesday. Ended up having a 1-for-5 game in that one. .2-0 pitch. Cut on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mentioned that he'd faced the Tigers. And talking about Matt Shoemaker, 1-0. A .73 ERA, 12 1/3 innings. 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. 10 strikeouts and 4 walks. It's outside with a breaking pitch. A 3-1 count. She last faced the Tigers on May 31st. Full count now.
Certainly some good life on his fastball. The adjustments he made in his mechanics down in his AAA start. Trying to keep that front shoulder in a little bit longer. Better direction towards the plate. And a better feel for his slider and curveball, especially on the outside part of the plate against left-handed batters.
3-2 out toward left field. Victorino broke back, now has to come in and hurry up and makes the catch. 2 down.
They for this game for the Angels and Matt Shoemaker to be successful. A little M&M, you don't know. Don't allow the hitters to sit on a certain pitch. Fastball counts, throw off speed. When they're looking for that split finger fastball, throw the fastball inside. And of course, use that slider and curveball effectively in front of all his family and friends here today at Comerica Park.
Karen and David, mom and dad, are here along with friends. Went to Trenton High School, just about 25 miles south of Detroit.
And his grandmom here too. His wife Danielle here.
You know that the adrenaline's flowing today.
Oh, there's no question. See that by the velocity on his fastball early on. A lot of 93s from Shoemaker.
This one pulled foul. It's 1-2.
So far, that fastball very effective downstairs. And it's some good sink action at 93. All set up by that front shoulder staying in long through his mechanics.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Cabrera in a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Shoemaker. 1 complete here in Detroit. We're scoreless. Tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag WestDataStrongFan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming Angels broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. Both starters with 1, 2, 3 first innings. The Angels sending up Crone, Ibar, and Victorino here in the second. Wolf had a couple of strikeouts to start the game against Calhoun and Trout. A.J. over at first base today, 267, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in. DH last night with Albert over at first.
I don't notice any Wolf Pack out here yet at Comerica Park like you had back in Philadelphia.
Hasn't been established yet?
No, not yet.
It's soon. Just a second start. Wolfpack was the counter to the Padilla Flotilla, right?
Yes.
Vicente Padilla?
Yes.
Paul Bird had what, the bird's nest? Is this one shot out to right field? That'll get down for a leadoff single for Crone.
That's what you have to do against Randy Wolf. Think in terms of the other way. You try to pull his changeup, break a ball when it's on the outer half of the plate. You're going to hit a lot of ground balls and pop-ups on that left side of the infield.
Eric Ibar hitting 273. He swings and skies one out toward left center field. Anthony goes drifting back, still moving back, and makes the catch. He kind of glided with that baseball and almost put himself in a little trouble there. Crone back to first, one out.
That baseball went a long, long way. Ibar crushed that baseball. It goes all the way back just in front of the wall. And Ghost plays a very shallow center field, so he had to go a long way to track that one down. But under control going back on that fly ball.
There's Victorino. Shane got into the game late Tuesday night. Defensive replacement. The only action he's seen so far prior to today's start. 234 average, a home run and 5 runs batted in. 53rd game of the year, 20th with the Angels.
Amazing thing about Randy Wolf, Brad Ausmus and Randy Wolf were battery mates with the Astros in 08 and the Dodgers in 09.
Isn't that crazy? Is that when you know you're old?
That's only just in the mind.
Proves our point. If you're left-handed, got a pulse, and can throw strikes on occasion, you can pitch a long time.
Especially with that good changeup.
As long as you keep that change low. If you keep that changeup up, you're in trouble. Gets sprayed all over the yard. Two balls, two strikes. Looks like Iglesias needs some sunglasses. Slightly overcast here, but pretty good glare. So he's ready to roll. T.J. Crone will lead off single to right. Ibar deep drive to center. One out. Two. Down and in. Full count. Carlos Perez on deck.
Very difficult for C.J. Cron to be going here on a 3-2 count with one out. Wolf with a good move to first. See, C.J. Cron was drifting back.
Right. Shane takes a called strike 3 on the inside corner, 2 outs.
On the inside part of the plate. Corner Fox Tracks gets that lower part of the strike zone.
So 2 outs, Cron still at first base. Here's Carlos, had the night off last night. AT DET getting the start behind the plate. Perez went 0 for 3 2 nights ago.
Perfect example. When you try to pull Randy Wolf, you see what happens on your swing off the end of the bat. You got to think in terms of what C.J. Cron did. To stay back a little bit longer, let that baseball travel deeper in the strike zone on the outer half and hit that ball to right field. Eventually it would force Randy Wolf to pitch inside, and that's when you can turn on it.
Carlos at 224. Cron very short lead over at first base. 1-1 now. There's that changeup. And Wolf here in the early going, he's got the changeup working. Trying to get him chase another one.
I think a percentage of pitches thrown throughout his career for Randy Wolf. No wonder 58% of his pitches are fastballs, curveball 18%, slider 13%, but changeup 10%. But when he's behind in the count, a lot more changeups from Wolf.
Runner goes and throw down to second, and that is caught by Kinsler, and a tag applied on Cron, and he is called out. What a play by Ian Kinsler as he was late getting to the bag, and Avila just threw it into the general area.
Mike Scioscia wants to take a look at that also. What a play by Kinsler.
Second base umpire Dan Isonia with the call. We're holding up here to see if the Angels end up challenging this.
See if he got his foot in before the tag is applied. Real close. But is it worth Mike Scioscia taking a shot at it, especially to get a runner in scoring position? Still waiting on that. Very close to when the foot touches the base and the tag applied. Evil still checking inside. See different angles.
They're not going to challenge it, so out is the call at second, and the Angels are done. We'll head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless.
Shoemaker, born in Wyandotte, Michigan, in the Trenton High School and Eastern Michigan University. Is his first career game at Comerica Park for Matt Shoemaker. Has pitched well in a couple games at the Big A against the Tigers. A lot of family and friend here today at Comerica Park to watch their hero take the mound today. There they are.
Looks like Fox Sports Detroit talking to Dad. Good first inning, a 1-2-3, and including the strikeout of Miguel Cabrera. You'll face Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez, and Nick Castellanos. The Tigers half of the second. Fouled off. Victor Martinez, a DH today, hitting .243, 9 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Good location. 1-2. This one lifted in the air on the right side. Grant Green seems to be calling for it. And there's out number 1. Second pop-up to Green in this game already. Hey, folks, join us for German Heritage Night, September the 4th. The Angels taking on the Rangers at 7:05. You can buy your ticket package online to receive a German Angels hat and enjoy pregame entertainment in the Gate 1 Music Garden. To purchase your ticket package, and for more info, visit angels.com/German. J.D. Martinez at the plate, the right fielder. A .291 batting average, 34 home runs, 87 runs batted in. 2 for 4 game last night with a double and a home run. All 5 of the runs for Detroit coming via the long ball.
Well, real good location, that fastball. Fastball in at the knees, fastball away at the knees. 92-93 for Shoemaker. Now you have him set up for a potential swing and miss on a split finger fastball.
Bouncer toward third, foul. Still an 0-2 count. One and two. You know, it's tough to look at Miguel Cabrera's .370 batting average coming into play today and say that he's probably not the team MVP right now. Spent some, 34 days on the DL. You look at J.D. Martinez, the job he continues to do offensively.
And defensively with his arm out in right field.
Terrific find as he lifts this one out towards center. It's playable for Trout. Fooled on the off-speed pitch. 2 down. And this is a team that at one point had Cespedes in the lineup as well.
Offense has not been an issue, that's for sure.
Shoemaker so far has faced 5. He's retired all 5. Nick Castellanos coming up.
I was talking to Mike Butcher earlier today about Shoemaker, and he used the terminology directional. And that means directing that landing area right towards the plate. When he drifts over towards the first base side of the mound, that's when the arm drags and then pitches stay elevated in the strike zone. See how he drifted a little bit on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially on the splitter, because a lot of times this year we saw that split finger pitch, which last year was just a dive bombing at the plate, straight down, really almost looking like a two-seamer running away from a left-handed batter, which is okay on occasion, but he couldn't really control it a whole lot.
Exactly, and when you have pitches up in the strike zone, that's when he runs into issues as far as the long ball.
It's like a bad slider or a backup slider. 1-1. This one out towards center field. Here comes Trout, and he'll make the nice shoestring catch.
Good play by Trout. Good read on that one. Coming in and making a solid play in center field.
Third, Jim Harbaugh makes his debut as head coach of his alma mater, leading Michigan to Utah to take on the Ute squad that knocked off the Wolverines last year in Ann Arbor. The only place you can see it is on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Looking forward to that game. I'm pretty sure they're excited about that here.
I would say so, as Carlos Perez leads off the third with a base hit. He was at the play when Cron was thrown out to end the second. Carlos 1 for 1. Second consecutive inning in which the Angels picked up a leadoff single. Here is Caleb Coward.
So if our very own Terry Smith would run around with his Ohio State shirt on, it wouldn't be received real well here, I don't think.
No. I don't believe Terry would do that, though.
No. You just have the shirt to say "the" on there. That's it.
That's it, yeah.
The.
To stir the pot a little bit. Well, he does have bragging rights.
Yes, he does.
Checking in on Carlos. Caleb Coward 3 for 23 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. One out. Up the middle, off the mound, Iglesias has it, gloves it to Kinsler, barehands it and fires to first, double play.
That was a solid turn. What a double play. Iglesias, the Kinsler, the flip of the glove. No hand for Iglesias, no glove for Kinsler. 6-4-3 double play.
Bases clear and Grant Green coming up. One out. Little dribbler toward third. Castellanos waits for it. And Grand thrown out for the third out. We will head to the bottom of the third inning. Bottom third of the order coming up for the Tigers. They're still scoreless. Cleveland Indians beginning tomorrow night. Andrew Heaney and Salazar on the mound. Richards on Saturday against Bauer, and then Weaver Kluber on Sunday afternoon.
Pretty solid matchups throughout that entire series on both sides. Weaver with real good numbers, as I recall, against Cleveland in his career.
Avila, Iglesias, and goes in the third inning. Matt Shoemaker 6 up, 6 down, including a strikeout. Alex hitting 182, 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Now 54 games this year. Spent some time with the disabled list. Left knee issue. And since then, McCann has kind of taken over. Guy that they like very much. I think they dislike Alex, but McCann a little bit younger. He does everything the Tigers need right now defensively behind the plate. 1-2. Tigers were going good. It just seemed like Avila somewhere, somehow came up with a clutch hit, a clutch home run.
Still a pretty good throwing arm. He's thrown out a little over 30% of would-be base stealers, including one today. That's a good pitch. It's that good two-seam fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. C.B. Buckner calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Lance Barrett at first, Dan Isonia at second, Dale Scott, the crew chief, at third. And full count. Swing and a miss. Down goes Avila. There's out number 1. Second strikeout for Shoemaker.
And consistent velocity so far for Shoemaker, 93. Good movement, too. Late movement in the strike zone.
Iglesias, a shortstop, with 305 average this year. A couple of home runs, 22 runs batted in. 0 for 2 last night with a couple of walks. 0-1.
So far this year in day games, 373 batting average for Iglesias in day games.
Coward about even with the bag at third base in case Iglesias decides to drop one down. Two balls, one strike. Good life on his pitches today. That's pulled foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Tropiano made the start the last go around when this spot in the rotation popped up. Tropiano was optioned down. Shoemaker called back up. It's a grounder to short. 2 down. Last start for Shoemaker in the big leagues in Kansas City. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits in an inning and 2/3. Those last 2 starts, matter of fact, out on the road against the White Sox and the Royals. Total of 13 runs in his 8 innings.
He's been running that fastball in against right-handed batters and left-handed batters so far in this game.
It was surprising, too, Gooby, about those 2 starts. The fact that he had come off 3 very good starts prior to that.
Yeah, with no earned runs in 19 innings pitched.
And all of a sudden just kind of it ballooned on him on back-to-back starts.
Hasn't got a ton of run support. We talked about that last night with Justin Verlander. Shoemaker not a lot either.
One ball, one strike. Anthony goes to center field, hitting .251, 3 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. Nice afternoon crowd here, Comerica. Good crowds for the 3 games. 3-1 now. Detroit will head up to Toronto, a road trip after this one. They go to Detroit, Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. And just go to Cleveland, then Oakland. Before returning home for a nice little long homestand. This one's out toward right field. That's the first base run of the game for the Tigers. With 2 outs here in the 3rd inning, a single for Anthony Goes.
And pay attention to him now at first base. Good speed, 19 stolen bases. And there might be some runs scored up in Toronto with those 2 offenses going at it, the Tigers and Blue Jays.
Blue Jays did it again last night. 12 runs. I think I saw it 54 runs for them over the last 5 games. 36 of which are over the weekend against the Angels.
They're like 21-4 in their last 25 games.
Snap throw to first and a quick tag. Got him.
I'm sure that'll be looked at.
Yeah. Lance Bear with the call. No real argument from Anthony Goes. But they will review it. Boy, what a quick throw and a quick tag, too, by Crone.
Well,
he got him on the finger.
It looked like he got it maybe on the finger. Otherwise, they might take a look at it. That would be the second pickoff this year for Carlos Perez.
Here's the thing about the challenge. You've got to make sure you've got a camera angle that shows separation between the glove and the finger. Otherwise, it's not going to get overturned. Goes is walking out to center, so he doesn't think that he was safe. And now Ausmus waves it off. So a nice throw to first base. We're done here with 3. We head to the 4th. Top of the order coming up for the Angels. Still no score. Angels Kid Club merchandise. Each kit includes Angels shirts, socks, shoelaces, and more. It's only $18, and they could be the star of the classroom. Visit Angels.com/Junior Angels for more info. Cole Calhoun, Mike Trout, Albert Pujols here in the 4th against Randy Wolf, who's faced the minimum 9 courtesy of a double play in the 3rd inning.
Both pitchers have done that so far.
A double play and a caught stealing for Wolf. Cole lifts one out to left. Collins back a couple of steps. 1 away. Cole 0 for 2 now. That'll bring up Trout.
First 3 pitches that Wolf threw Trout his first bat out of the strike zone before coming back to strike him out. Well, at some point, you're going to see Trout attacking that first pitch.
Pull the shift on Trout. 3 infielders on the left side. Two balls, no strikes. It seemed the Tigers a whole lot move their infielders defensively in the series.
With the pitcher throwing a lot of changeups, anticipating Trout being out in front and trying to pull that changeup. Again, 3-0 against them.
Three and 1.
Last time threw him a 3-1 changeup. This time went after with a fastball.
Full count now. right now an 18-game homerless streak. Longest 19. That was 2 seasons ago. He shoots one to right field. Third hit allowed by Wolf. Trout is on board for Pujols.
Good swing for Trout. He wanted to go fastball in, but Wolf let that fastball go in the outer part of the plate. Trout went with it. Good swing. Couple good swings have been the other way against Wolf in this game. Crone and Trout. Perez also with a solid hit up the middle.
Albert skied one to right to end the first inning. He's 0 for 1 so far. Trout 10 stolen bases, been caught 5 times. Missed inside.
Trout's starting to get that swing together. 5 for his last 13. Trout is trying to keep that front shoulder in himself as a hitter to make sure he's more closed to be able to use the entire field. He's getting back to that swing. The power will come soon.
He's only had 1 stolen base attempt since July 25th. Unsuccessful in that one. Quick throw to first. Pretty good fuzz throwing that ball over to Cabrera.
A lot of MVP votes rated that spot too, with Trout and Cabrera over the last few seasons.
Oh, quick pitch action. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Wolf spent about parts of 8 seasons with the Phillies, 3 with Milwaukee, a couple with the Dodgers, time with the Padres, the Astros, the Orioles, the Marlins. That was last year with the Fish, and now the Tigers. 2-0. 2-1. Career high in wins for Wolf, 16. That was back in 03 with the Phillies. All-star that year. Slow curveball missing upstairs. 3-1.
El Camino Real High School in the Valley.
Crone on deck. Trout with a 1-out single. He stands at first base. Albert guys went out to shallow right. Kinsler going out there. 2 outs. Pujols chasing that changeup. 2 outs now. Trout at first. Crone coming up. Good piece of hitting by CJ leading off the second. Punching one to right field. Eventually thrown out at second. Attempted stolen base.
Very difficult to throw a quick pitch and throw a changeup for a strike. That's why that changeup was well out of the strike zone.
A third base side into foul territory. Nick Castellanos underneath it. Backs up, makes the catch, and the Angels are done here in the fourth. We will head to the bottom of the inning. Top of the order coming up with the Tigers. Still scoreless. And so far, both pitchers have thrown the ball very well. I want to remind you that high school football returns tomorrow night with number 2 ranked Bishop Amat taking on number 5 ranked Mater Dei. The only place you can see it is on Fox Sports Prime Ticket and streaming live on Fox Sports Go app.
Two very good programs that have been good for a lot of years. It should be a great game.
Kinsler, Collins, and Cabrera. They face Matt Shoemaker, a couple of strikeouts. 1 hit allowed. Kinsler 0 for 1 as he popped down to Grant Green in the first. This one out toward left center field. Not very deep. Shane Victorino comes in. 1 out.
Jammed him once again. A fastball inside. So far, Shoemaker's done a solid job of getting inside against right-handed batters. Good velocity with movement on his fastball.
Short schedule in Major League Baseball today. This being a Thursday. 3 other games being played currently, or at least scheduled anyway. Toronto's at Texas. That's about to start. Baltimore, Kansas City, they're delayed in their start. The Dodgers leading the Reds 1-0. That game's in the 5th inning. The Dodgers trying to sweep the Reds. Kansas City, it's a rain delay. Usually happens this time of year. Angels have been fortunate here this week. Mild temperatures. Was it 63, 64 first pitch today?
It's supposed to warm up later in the week here in Detroit. Perfect weather. Mystery game set.
Collins takes low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The left fielder 0 for 1. Skied one to left. Two balls, 2 strikes.
And real good life on the fastball from Shoemaker. That adjustment, keeping that front shoulder in, better balance over the pitching rubber. The drive towards the plate, better velocity.
Called strike 3. Down goes Collins. 2 outs. Strikeout number 3 for Matt.
The very good hitter, dangerous batter comes to play. Let's take a look at what happened last night at AT Universe. Rewind. Miguel Cabrera. 3-2 pitch. Fastball. Didn't quite get it in quick enough against Cabrera. He made Hector Santiago pay for it last night. A 2-run home run, his 17th of the season. How quick his hands are.
Cabrera struck out in the first. Halos with 3 hits, the Tigers with 1. Jammed him again.
Just over the head of all the Shoemaker family.
Pulled over to third, backhanded by Coward. Across the diamond, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Shue. 4 completed. Detroit. We're still scoreless. Angels baseball is brought to you by the Dodge Charger with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com. By AT DET Universe. More live channels on the go than cable.
And by Subaru. Test drive the all-new 2015 Subaru Forester or go to Subaru.com to learn more.
Top of the 5th inning, still scoreless. Downtown Detroit, this beautiful ballpark they call Comerica Park. Rubber game of the series. Angels taking game 1. Tigers, of course, last night. Ibar, Victorino, and Perez here in the 5th. Eric drove one deep to center field in his first at bat in the 2nd, but it was tracked down by Anthony Gose. So Eric is 0 for 1 so far.
Wolf's got a real good feel for that slow curveball.
Ground ball to short.
And trying to pull that changeup.
1 down. Yeah, we talked about his numbers at AAA, and you know, to me, I kind of grew up being told that numbers in the minor leagues don't mean squat. You have to actually physically see guys. But really good numbers at AAA as far as the earned run average is concerned. A lot of starts, so he's obviously a guy that can give you some innings as well. Ended up taking the loss in that first start, but worked 7 innings.
He's got enough on his fastball to make that changeup and slow curveball very effective. Will cut fastball and slider also.
The challenge, of course, when you're talking about someone that uses the off-speed stuff to get outs is the command of making sure that you can hit your spots. Made Jamie Moyer so effective for so long. This one cued off the end of the bat And Kinsler tracks it down, 2 outs.
Well, credit him for trying to continue his major league career. He's already had a pretty good, successful career. To continue on and battle through the minor leagues, especially when you've been an all-star before at the major league level. Swung the ball very well so far in this game.
And he has spent some time in the minor leagues over the last couple of seasons. But last year, Norfolk, Reno, Salt Lake. This year, Buffalo. Slow curveball for a strike.
His brother Jim, a major league umpire. Now he can fire the baseball back to the pitcher when he gets that foul ball or put a baseball back in play.
Maybe it was that brotherly love thing. Maybe Jim just kept texting Randy, hey, at least I'm in the big leagues. And that was the motivation.
Exactly.
His brothers never do that kind of stuff.
No, it's always caring.
Yeah. Speaking from experience with 3 brothers myself.
And me too.
This one out toward right. JD Martinez playing shallow, comes in. He'll make the catch, and that's a quick and economical 5th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Still with no score. With a doubleheader as the Red Sox take on the East leading Mets, followed by the Yankees taking on the Braves. Coverage begins next Saturday, 12:30 Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Boy, a lot of changes up there in Boston, that's for sure.
Victor Martinez set to lead things off against Matt Shoemaker, who has 3 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, and has thrown a total of 51 pitches through 4 innings. Martinez, Castellanos. Victor Martinez popped out his first time up. Just 207 in the month of August. Overall batting average 243 at the start of the day. Only hit that Shoemaker's allowed was a 2-out single to Anthony Goes in the 3rd inning. And Carlos Perez picked him off at first base to end the inning. Went around.
It's a real good split finger fastball there from Shoemaker. You're going to get those swings when you've established a fastball at the knees.
One, two. pitch and fouled off the left. Second start of the year for Matt against Detroit. Other one was a good one back in May. This one's out to center. One out. That's the right fielder J.D. Martinez now due on.
7 fly ball outs for Shoemaker, 3 punch outs, a couple of ground ball outs. Really mixing and matching very well, but his velocity and movement on his fastball is really setting up his secondary pitches.
Martinez fouls this one back. Richard Mann went to Trenton High School. One of 3 major leaguers to ever go to Trenton High School. J.J. Putz and Anthony Bass to go with Shoemaker. Ground ball to third. That's a fair ball. 2 down.
You see that arm from Coward. Bullet he threw across the diamond. He's got a great arm. It's right down the line. Martinez, who runs well, but a perfect throw to get him at first base.
There's a little something unorthodox about the throwing motion, but it's firm.
Now, he's one guy that if Mike Scioscia ever needed one of those position players down the road, and he talked about that recently, just in case a game ever gets out of hand now, that he might be able to use him. I don't think there's going to be many guys in the batter's box comfortable from that arm angle when he's throwing about 94, 95. Not that we would necessarily like to see that, though.
No. I don't know where I was reading it, but it was brought up the other day about position players pitching. This one lifted fouling out of play. Majority of the time when you see it is when it's a blowout game. You're losing and you don't want to use any more of your arm, so you send down one of your position players. But the argument being, what if you were the one that was blowing out the other team? Why not use a position player at that point in the 8th or 9th inning so that you don't have to use an arm in a seemingly meaningless win, if that makes any sense?
You know, like the Astros the other day say in New York when they're up 15-1, you don't want to tax a bullpen arm.
Right.
Makes sense.
And then if it gets tight and you get a little situation, you still got guys that are fresh and ready to go if you need them. But if you got an opportunity to give someone a day off or a couple guys days off, especially like the Angels this week,
they could use a few days off down in the bullpen here.
Never really thought about it that way.
I remember a good friend of mine, it was a catcher in Kansas City when I was there. Brett Main picked up a win pitching in relief in an extra inning game in Colorado. They were running out or ran out of pitchers, and he took them down in a tie game and got the win in extra innings.
Catchers are pretty good athletes.
Just ask Mike Scioscia that one.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Castellanos, the third baseman. 2 outs here in the 5th, no score. Full count. Castellanos had one of the 3 home runs hit by the Tigers last night. Solo shot. His 15th of the year. 3-2 now. And he swings and misses on the breaking ball. 4th strikeout for Shoemaker. And we will head to the 6th with no score.
summary, both pitchers have really been dealing early on. Split finger fastball from Shoemaker, then the two-seam fastball inside corner. 1 of 4 punch outs for Shoemaker. Randy Wolf also very solid too. Slider in and the fastball in. Once again, Trout, Victorino inside. 3 strikeouts in this game for Randy Wolf. Shoemaker, though, really focused and throwing the ball exceptionally well with all his family here in Detroit today.
8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Coward, Green, and Calhoun. Caleb grounded to a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd, so he's 0 for 1. There's that slow breaking pitch. Oh, and 2. Fouled off into the seats.
He's
60 pitches now for Wolf. Sorry, go.
Slow break a ball.
Outside corner, got him looking. 4th strikeout now for Wolf.
You saw that with that sign being put down by Avila. Outside part of the plate. Slow curveball bringing around that outside corner. Very difficult as a hitter to swing at that pitch because out of the hand of Randy Wolf. You think that ball's off the outside corner. Brings around and catches the corner. The difference in as far as the pitch speed range, 91 best fastball, slowest curveball at 67. So enough differential to make him very effective today.
Grant Green flares one foul into the seats. Oh, 1 count. Grant grounded out his first time up. Came out of the game 2 nights ago, the 4th inning. Got to catch up on your news with the newspaper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. I'll tell you what, Wolf is early on, he kind of showed you the fastball in. And really hasn't gone back there a whole lot. Gets right-handed batters. Just kept guys off balance with the changeup and the curveball.
Fastball away. See if Grant can go the other way.
Grant takes it. 2-2.
Especially against Wolf, you're not going to get many opportunities to get a fastball, especially in a fastball count. You'll probably deal that slow curveball or potentially a changeup.
Goes back inside with the fastball and he misses. Top of the order, and Cole Calhoun on deck. Ground ball over to second. 2 outs. Calhoun 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a fly ball to left. 7 in a row retired now by Wolf since the Trout single in the 4th. Very good pitcher's duel here between Wolf and Shoemaker. The art of the off speed today.
Mix it and match it. If you're a youngster at home, these are the type of pitches you want to look at and emulate. Hitting your spots, changing speeds, using your changeup. Doesn't have to be 98 or 100 mile an hour fastballs.
It's always nice to have, but
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
If you're one of those starting pitchers on the New York Mets, an upper 90s is for fun. But this is pitching.
He dropped down a little bit. So 2-ball, 1-strike count. Cole now 0 for his last 12 for that first hit of the series. Led off the game in game 1 with a walk and scored one of the 4 runs the Angels put on the board Tuesday night to start the series. Off the plate. Begging for it.
Yeah, a little bit off the outside corner though.
Full count. Halos have had 3 base runners. The Tigers have had just 1. And he walked him. So a 2-out free pass will bring Trout to the plate. That's the first walk that Wolf has allowed.
I said it a number of times of late for Mike Trout. We talk about it, doesn't swing at the first pitch a whole lot. But if he gets a fastball here first pitch against Wolf, love to see him try to drive one, get one out of the ballpark here. Big slow curveball once again.
Mike 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Cole off to a pretty good lead over at first. Wolf will check in on him.
At this point, if you're Cole, you're comfortable in your lead and letting Mike Trout swing the bat here.
Hasn't been a base runner reach second base in this game. That's how good both starters have been today. Down and in. Got him up at a ball and a strike. Thought about pulling the trigger. Lays off. 2-1.
He has thrown Trout a ton of off-speed pitches. Been behind in the count all 3 at bats. Once again here, a fastball count for Trout. Doesn't mean he's going to get one though.
Now Wolf hasn't given in. Now throw to first. Cole easily back.
certainly if you're Mike Trout, you like what you're seeing. A lot of throws over the first base that distracted Randy Wolf. Maybe makes a mistake here now. Be ready to capitalize if you're Trout.
Upstairs. Third plate appearance for Trout. Third 3-ball count. There's a walk. So back-to-back free passes. And there's the first base runner to reach second. 2 on, 2 outs here in the 6th. Albert coming up. So Trout's been on board twice now with a single and a walk.
Pujols with the most career bats against Wolf, with 42 of them coming into the game. Victorino with 23 at bats against Randy Wolf.
It's just a matter of Randy Wolf just picking his poison here. I mean, Trout had a couple of good swings in the first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he was going to make sure that Trout swung at his pitch out of the strike zone, allow him to get himself out.
He's got Albert. He's got Albert to do that twice now. A fly ball to right, 1 to second. Staying away. That's kind of where he has lived with Pujols today.
And when you're a hitter going against pitchers that's going to stay away, whether it's a fastball or a changeup, you have to make that adjustment and go with the pitch.
Changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got the call now, but it looked like a little bit off the plate. Albert didn't like that call. Again, away with changeup, fastball away, backdoor curveballs.
One. Albert, big swing and a miss on a slow breaking ball. 1-2.
Throughout Randy Wolf's career, percentage of changeups thrown about a little over 10% of all his pitches, changeups, but when he's been behind in the count, that jumps up to about 22 to 23% of his pitches behind in the count will be changeups or something off speed.
Calhoun at second, Trout at first, 2 outs. Down and in. It's blocked by Avila. 2-2 now.
Well, if Albert can stay back and hit a ball to right center field, both Ghost and Martinez playing pretty shallow in the outfield. That way, right center field scores 2 runs easily.
Albert might get a triple out of it. The old look away, react in.
Exactly.
Wolf wants to be able to run through the signs again.
We just feel he's going to try to throw that slow curveball at some point in the sequence.
He retired the first 2 guys rather easily, striking out Coward looking on a breaking pitch. He got Green hit a slow roller to second. Back-to-back walks to Cole and to Mike. 2-2 now. Albert rips one to left field, a base hit. Cole is going to be waved in. Tyler Collins up and firing it to the plate. Avila can't handle it. It gets by him. It is 1-0. Pujols trying to go to second. Now is in a rundown. Trout's going to have to try to score, and he does it. Trout was flat-footed at third base, but Wolf was backing up on the play. Easily throws out Pujols. The Angels, however, have a 1-0 lead. lead. Nice send by Gary DiSarcina, especially with 2 outs.
Yeah, you got to take that shot. A pretty good throw. Be unable to catch and tag Calhoun, but then Albert Pujols, as he's going around first base, potentially going to second, tried to get in a rundown to allow Mike Trout to try to score, but Mike Trout was too close to the base, not anticipating that potential rundown. But a nice job by Randy Wolf to be backing up. That is why, as a pitcher, you're not a spectator anymore. Once you make a mistake on the mound, you get back there and help out your defenders, and that's what Randy Wolf did to prevent any more damage in that inning.
Avila, Iglesias, and goes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Shoemaker back to work. The first one misses. You know, and I said that during the play, Trout flat-footed at third, which makes sense. It wasn't necessarily coming down on Mike. It's a difficult play for the base runner at third base because that play's in front of him. He sees the pitcher backing up, and he sees the pitcher come up with the throw. The runner's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because he's got to be close enough to third base to get back. And
so with Albert getting in a rundown, that play is not going to work whatsoever because you've got a base runner that's flat-footed. Now, if DiSarcina was sending him or Mike decided to keep on running, then you've got the potential to score that second run if Albert's in a little pickle. But no chance getting it. I don't care how fast you are.
No.
Going on a play like that.
Still pretty shocked that Randy Wolf threw Albert a fastball. We saw that first game in the series on an 0-2 pitch by Simon fastball, and Albert crushed it.
3-1 count on Avila, who struck out in the 3rd. Albert picks up his 75th RBI.
Team leader in that category.
This one out towards center field, not very deep. 1 down.
Go back to my Hyundai key for this game for Matt Shoemaker. You don't know. In other words, don't give in to a hitter when he's looking for a certain pitch. Always keep him guessing, and he's done an excellent job of that so far. With his fastball, his split finger fastball, enough sliders and curveballs to keep the hitters guessing.
Iglesias 0 for 1 as he grounded out to Ibar in the 3rd inning.
And another hitter guessing fastball, got a slider instead. Even though that got a lot of the plate, the change in speeds was perfect for Shoemaker.
Out toward right center field. This one chasing Cole back into his right. 2 outs. Fans, join us for Filipino Heritage Night, September the 5th. The Angels taking on the Rangers at 6:05. Purchase your Filipino package online and receive a Filipino Angels hat and enjoy pregame entertainment in the Gate 1 Music Garden. To purchase your Filipino package, and for more info, visit angels.com/Filipino. Anthony Goes trying to bunt, bunts it foul. Goes had a base hit in the 3rd. Was picked off by Carlos Perez at first base. The only hit that Shoemaker's allowed.
That's a pretty good pitch. That slow breaking ball. And that's the pitch he was working on down to that AAA start. That curveball, get the back door against the left-handed batter.
Two balls, 1 strike. Goes, draws the 2-out walk. First free pass issued by Shoemaker. This is how Randy Wolf got in a little bit of trouble in the 6th. Now Kinsler coming up. It's a second base runner allowed by Matt.
Yeah, you think Ghost at some point here, especially early in the count, might be going. So Kinsler last at bat swung on the first pitch. It's one of those scenarios, especially as the number 9 hitter and you're on base with good speed. Why not take a shot?
Got a big lead. Pitch out, nothing's happening. Kind of inching off the base there. Shoemaker was coming set.
That's where you can set him up as a pitcher to step off. And that way he'll freeze, and then you can do that again, step off, and then you fire over quickly to first base. It's going to be a throw over the first.
Kinsler 0 for 2, a pop-up and a fly ball to left. Two balls, no strike. Delayed steal, throw to second, and he easily gets him. What a throw by Carlos Perez, not fooled. That is the 3rd out. 6 complete, 1-0 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save.
And by Hyundai, the summer clearance is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Halos up 1-0 as we begin the 7th. A lot of Tigers memorabilia down in the concourse here at Comerica Park. Great stuff, as usual. Great ballpark.
Fantastic.
Completely different from old Tiger Stadium.
Oh, yes. Way different.
And set back further, of course, than Tiger Stadium was. C.J. Cron leading things off. Eric Ibar to follow, then Shane Victorino. This one pulled foul. No balls, 2 strikes. C.J. 1 for 2 with a single and a pop up to third. They made this a pitcher-friendly ballpark when they built it. And it's still pitcher-friendly, even with the new fence out in left field. That's where the bullpens are housed. Originally, the bullpens were in right field here.
Went down the left field line, 345, and the right field line, 330. Remember the right field line in the old stadium seemed like it was about 200 feet down the line.
Was it 440 straightaway center?
Yes.
Tiger Stadium? It's 420 here. I don't think Juan Gonzalez was happy when this ballpark opened.
No. Especially when it was originally set up.
Juan not only unhappy about the ballpark dimensions, probably unhappy with his decision not to sign a pretty hefty contract.
Yeah, that's when you look back on some decisions you make. That was a huge contract they offered him.
Count remains at 0-2. Randy Wolf now 88 pitches, has 4 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed. Got in trouble with back-to-back walks to Calhoun and Trout with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Then Pujols with 2 strikes. Pulled the fastball into left for an RBI single.
Hey, he really hasn't made many mistakes. The one pitch certainly to Pujols he would like to take back. A fastball. And again, if you're Brad Ausmus right now, you've got to be extremely happy what you've seen from Randy Wolf here in this game going into the 7th inning. Just 4 hits allowed, 1 run. Shoemaker just a little bit better.
He pulls this one out to deep left field. Moving back on it is Collins. He'll step onto the track and make the catch for the first out. Pretty good drive on an off-speed pitch, but it's the first out here of the 7th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Yeah, CJ stayed back pretty well on a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. Almost got it out of the ballpark.
Ibar 0 for 2. Dribbler foul. Up the middle, knocked off the glove of Wolf, and now it goes an infield base hit for Ibar.
Just went with the pitch back up the middle. Deflected it though. Randy Wolf does a nice job generally fielding his position.
Action going on in the Tigers bullpen. Verhagen, first man up. Angels faced him on Tuesday. Chandler, starting left fielder, 0 for 2. Struck out looking into second and popped out to Kinsler in the 5th. 5 hits now for the Halos, 1 for Detroit. Down in Texas, the Rangers leading the Blue Jays 1-0. That game in the 2nd. Orioles and Royals still delayed.
A lot of 1-0 games early on. Dodgers leading Cincinnati 1-0.
That game's in the bottom of the 8th now. Later on, the red-hot Minnesota Twins will take on the Rays. Twins have won 6 in a row. Twins sitting in the second wild card spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle will be at the White Sox. Tom Gorzolani has joined Verhagen. Ibar leaning there, draws the throw. One and two. A couple of former Phillies teammates facing off here. Randy Wolf and Shane Victorino. Last year for Wolf, 2006. Shane's first 05. Called strike 3. Victorino goes down looking. For the second out here, the 7th.
Second time he's been called out on a pitch on the inside corner. In that lower part of the strike zone, fastball.
Five strikeouts now for Wolf to go with 2 walks. Ibar still at first. Carlos Perez now up. Carlos 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. Difference in this game, a Pujols 2-out single in the 6th inning, scoring Calhoun. This one's out toward right center field. JD Martinez comes in, puts it away. That's the 3rd out. Stretched out here in Detroit. The Angels leading it 1-0. Fan photo to hashtag West Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast. That's brought to you by T-Mobile. Matt Shoemaker and the Angels with a 1-0 lead as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the top of the order coming up for the Tigers. Kinsler, Collins, and Cabrera. And because Anthony Goes has been picked off and has been caught stealing, Shoemaker has faced the minimum going into the 7th.
Huge inning now for Shoemaker and the Angels dealing with that top of the order. Third time through against Shoemaker.
78 pitches, and the first one's a strike. Kinsler 0 for 2. A pop-up and a fly ball to left. Goes is the only man that has reached. He's done so twice on a single and a walk. He's also made the outs on the bases. Kinsler pulls one down the left field line. Right size, wrong shape as it is fouled.
Yeah, Perez has had a couple really good throws today. A pickoff and then caught stealing. That's a great pitch.
They caught the bottom part of the strike zone.
It's exactly where you want to throw your fastball on an 0-2 pitch.
Off the end of the bat towards short. Ibar has it. Double clutch, high throw, but Crone keeps the foot on the bag. One down.
Get those type of swings after a fastball located it was before. The pitch before was perfect. Came back with his split finger fastball to get Kinsler out in front, and a ground ball out for Shoemaker. Talked about that in the opening, how important that low fastball in the strike zone was for Shoemaker to follow it up with his splitter.
Good breaking pitch by Shoemaker. Tyler Collins 0 for 2. The left fielder's hit a fly ball to left and he struck out. Shoemaker with 4 punch outs, 1 walk, 1 hit.
Now that's that darting action on the split finger fastball that you want to see from Shoemaker. I like it. Try it again and see if you get a swing. He almost got Collins to swing at that splitter in the dirt. His knuckle curve has been good today, especially against lefties.
Miguel Cabrera on deck. Cued off the end of the bat toward third. Coward has to hurry. 2 outs.
How under control is Coward at third base coming in on that baseball? Solid defender. It's in top play.
So 2 outs. Cabrera up. He's 0 for 2. Went around. C.B. Buckner brings it up. Cabrera wants C.B. Buckner to ask for the help, but
doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
We're seeing that a lot from some batters of late, and it's worked against them. A couple times with even Mike Trout when he's done that.
Yeah. Stop asking for help yourself.
Just pretend you didn't swing.
2-1. Adrian Beltre started the fad. 2-2.
That's a perfect 2-1 pitch against Cabrera. He's looking fastball. Instead, Shoemaker throws a split finger fastball.
.90 pitches now thrown by Zhu, 54 for strikes. Trying to finish off the 7th. Called strike 3, down goes Cabrera, and a 1-2-3 7th for Shoemaker. We head to the 8th as the Shoemaker family is happy. Halo's up 1-0.
The Shoo-Coo-Ka-Choo dealing fastball inside corner gets Cabrera in the family pumped up with that perfect pitch. Brought to you by Arco. Randy Wolf tried to sneak a fastball by Albert Pujols. Don't ever try that. Albert single scoring Cole Calhoun, the only run of the game so far, but what a swing by Albert.
Eight, 9, and 1 coming up for the Angels here in the 8th inning. Starting at who's in, who's out. Randy Wolf done after 7 innings. 5 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Left-hander Blaine Hardy, pitching in his 58th game, takes over. He's 4-2 with a 2.65 earned run average. Hardy went 2/3 of an inning Tuesday night's game. Howard, Green, and Calhoun. Sorry, go.
Fastball for Hardy, 87 and 90. But he also has a solid changeup of himself. You saw that pitch right there, slider curveball.
Wolf ended up throwing 98 pitches in those 7 innings. It's Coward. Again, out in front of the off-speed pitch. Is in the hole at 0-2. Caleb 0 for 2. Double play ball in the 3rd. Struck out looking in the 6th.
That's muscling up on a curveball in the dirt.
Washington State native, 28 years of age. Originally a 22nd round pick of the Royals in 08. Coward goes down swinging for the first down. Stick around right after the game for the Angels Live postgame presented by your Southern California Mazda dealers. Grant Green 0 for 2. Ground ball to 3rd, ground ball to 2nd. Calhoun on deck. Run for the Angels came in the 6th inning. 2-2. Green goes down swinging, back-to-back strikeouts now, 2 outs. Colo for 2. 2-out walk for him in the 6th inning. Scored the run on the single by Albert. Pulls this one to first. Cabrera will take it himself, and we will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Angels leading it 1-0. Scheduled to face Victor Martinez, JD Martinez, and Nick Castellanos here in the 8th for Detroit. As a new second baseman as Ryan Jackson takes over for Grant Green. No other changes for the Angels. Victor Martinez, a pop-up to second and a fly ball to center. So he's 0 for 2.
That knuckle curve just missing the outside corner. He's had a good feel for that pitch against lefties.
Two-0 count. Nobody loosening in the Angels' pen. Joe Smith now actually beginning to play catch. There's Joe. Victor yanks one down the line, foul. .94 pitches thrown by Shoemaker, 56 strikes, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit. Out to left field. Victorino tracks it down for the first out.
Keep it that big part of the ballpark. You can hit the ball the other way. Deep in the game as a starting pitcher, you're in this position. You want to force the hitters to hit the ball the other way against you. Good job of coming back and getting that fly ball out after being behind 2-0 on a very good hitter in Victor Martinez. Well, that's one of those walks out that's trying to maybe potentially give the manager a chance to think about getting Joe Smith ready and coming into the game.
And that's what it is. Scioscia's making the move out. Joe Smith now ready to go with one out here in the 8th inning, and JD Martinez coming up. Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen and make the move. Nice job by Matt Shoemaker, the local product. His family approves, walks off the field after 7 1/3 strong outings back up from AAA. The Angels up 1-0. In 7 1/3, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Make that 3 outings now against the Tigers, in which he has been very, very good in his first appearance ever here at Comerica Park. Grew up about 25 miles to the south of Detroit, and with family in attendance, actually came out and just threw a gem.
Man, I love what he did when he walked off the field, waved over and pointed to his family. This is great to see. What an effort by Shoemaker.
Joe Smith on the mound now with 1 out, the bases cleared. 57th game, a 4-3 record, a 2.85 ERA. A couple of saves for Joe. Second appearance of the series, went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits. Tuesday night, JD Martinez ripped one out on the first pitch, out to the wall in left center. Martinez thinking about 3. The throw comes into eyeball, and it's a triple for JD Martinez. Second of the season for the Tiger right fielder. The tying run 90 feet away.
He never slowed down. Little two-seam fastball. He wanted to get to go backdoor it, but instead ran the middle of the plate. And Martinez continues to swing the bat so well.
Infield in, Castellanos fouls it at the plate. And it's an 0-1 count. Castellanos a fly ball to center and a strikeout, so he's 0 for 2. Triple by J.D. Martinez, the second hit that the Tigers have picked up today. One ball, one strike. It's the 41st triple hit by the Tigers this season. That leads the American League. That's the most triples they've had in a season since 2008. One and two. Rajay Davis leads the team with 8. Kinsler second with 7. One, two. Outside with a breaking ball.
And that's a good shot to take that opportunity to try to get him to swing at something well out of the strike zone, especially still ahead of the count at that point.
Careful trying to sneak something down and in on him.
No, you got to stay away. And if you're Cole Calhoun, you got to be prepared to come in on a soft fly ball your way.
Slider got him swinging. Down goes Castellanos, 2 outs.
Great pitch, great sequence by Joe Smith. Good target set by Carlos Perez, and a big swing and miss.
Infield back to normal depth now, and Alex Avila, the catcher, up. Struck out in the 3rd and a fly ball to center in the 6th inning.
One for 5 against Joe Smith. 2 punch outs.
Slider in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels with their run in the 6th inning on a 2-out single by Pujols, scoring Calhoun. Martinez tripling here with 1 out in the 8th. Now with 2 outs. Smith trying to keep him stranded there. Now one down and in. 2-1-1. Little dribbler to the right side. Jackson has it. Almost looked like he stumbled there. Throws him out at first base. And the tying run stranded at 3rd. We head to the 9th. Angels up 1-0. Stranded at 3rd base as we start the 9th inning. The Angels up 1-0.
Also like what I see there, Carlos Perez hugging Matt Shoemaker. Carlos Perez deserves a lot of credit, not only for Joe Smith getting through that inning there with the man on third with a quality call and that slider away, but also what he did with Shoemaker, calling a great game and throwing a couple excellent throws. Picked the first and then a caught stealing at second.
New pitcher on for the Tigers here in the ninth inning. It's Bruce Rondon taking over. 24-year-old Venezuelan pitching in his 25th game. 1-0 and a 5.66 ERA. They'll face Trout, Pujols, and Crone here in the ninth. Hardy ended up going 1 inning and 2 strikeouts. Pretty good fuzz at 98. Not a bad idea to take one.
Just see how fast that's coming in there.
Yeah.
This could be fun, though, if Trout squares one of these up, though. That firm of a fastball.
Those are the breaking ball, 0-2. 6'3", listed at 275 pounds. He is robust with a very good arm. Valencia, Venezuela. Saw action in 30 games last year for the Tigers. 25th now this year. 1-2. Got a little hip turn there. Hide the baseball pretty well.
Straight over the top. Fairly straight fastball. But 98.
This one pulled to third. Bobble for a second by Castellanos and a high throw. Trout is on board. See how they rule that one.
On the backhand, once he was not able to clean that fielding that baseball cleanly, there's no way you're going to throw out Trout at first base.
Error on Nick Castellanos, his 7th of the year. So man on for Albert.
I wonder if Mike Trout will be going early here in this count.
Trout takes off. The pitch is a strike, and Trout easily gunned down by Alex Avila. One down.
It looked like he got a real good jump at Avila, real quick on the transfer, and a nice throw, especially running towards the runner as he's sliding in, and Mike Trout.
They wanted an appeal, did not go. 2-0.
In a game in which the pitchers have thrown the ball so well, both managers trying to manufacture on stealing some bases. 3 base runners have been caught trying to steal and 1 picked off.
Three balls, 1 strike. TJ Crone on deck. Albert serving as a DH today. A 1-for-3 game with the RBI single in the 6th inning. 75th run batted in. Fouls back to slider.
3-1 slider. Especially when you're throwing 98. Albert was looking for a fastball to try to gear up to that fastball.
Well, with another slider.
I was going to say it was 3-2. I thought it was.
Yeah, that was ball 4. Brad Ausmus is going to come out and get an explanation here, I guess. It was a 3-1 count. Got a slider, 3-2, which he fouled back. And then ball 4. So Pujols on board for Chrome with 1 out here in the ninth. CJ 1 for 3, singled back in the second inning. Tigers in the ninth inning have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Iglesias, Goes, and Kinsler. Those have their closer, Houston Street, getting ready. Handle looking for some insurance runs here in the ninth. This one shot to right field, a base hit. Second hit of the day for Cron. Both going to right field.
Exactly. Good piece of hitting for C.J. Cron twice in this game. Staying back and shooting that ball to right field. Then that baseball travel into the strike zone.
So it's Eric Ibar stepping up. Singled infield variety in the 7th, so he's 1 for 3. Angels with 6 hits, Tigers with 2 so far. Outfield pretty shallow all the way around. One fouled off, evens the count. Pujols standing at second, Cron at first. Castellanos playing in over at third base just in case. 2-1.
Need to get that extra run or 2 across here. And a good count to do some damage for Eric Ibar.
Rondon's gone to a lot of breaking pitches this inning. Got to hit 31 strikeouts in just over 22 innings this year. That is a punch to left field, a base hit. Albert will be stopped at third. So the bases are loaded now for Shane Victorino.
All 4 batters have reached this inning so far. Mike Trout thrown out, an attempt at stolen base.
Jeff Jones, pitching coach, can come out and pay a visit. And again, another off-speed pitch. You throw 98, you're all of a sudden relying on a lot of breaking stuff.
And you could stay back a little bit longer as a hitter than trying to gear up to 98.
Albuquerque getting ready. Another live arm out in the pen. Victorino 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. Are you surprised that maybe David Murphy's not hitting here? Or maybe just wanted to keep Victorino defensively?
The defense. I think the defense, you're up 1-0. If it's the other way around, you definitely would see a pinch hitter or a tie game.
I think your Social's argument would be a more spacious outfield here. Victorino a little bit better speed in the outfield instead of Murphy.
Want some gold gloves playing in the outfield. You want to keep that defense out there.
Hit this one out towards center field. Anthony goes, moves over. He's there, makes the catch. Albert tags. He'll come in to score. 2-0 Angels. Victorino with a sac fly.
Nice job by Shane Victorino getting the job done. Rewards Mike Scioscia's decision to keep him at the plate. Big sac fly. 6th RBI of the season for Victorino. Some high fives in that dugout.
So 2 outs now.
Big insurance run.
Here's Carlos Perez with 2 men on. Carlos a 1 for 3 game with a base hit back in the 3rd.
Well, still a lot of breaking stuff.
Shane, by the way, picks up his 6th RBI. This one cued over to the right side. Cabrera flips it over to Iglesias, and that'll do it for the Angels. The Halos do tack on a run as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, leading at 2-0. To try to close it out. He's got 8, 9, and 1 that he's got to face. Iglesias goes, and Kinsler, 2nd appearance for Houston in this series. He closed out the 8-7 victory Tuesday night, his 30th save of the season, the 5th time in his career he's done that, in the 3rd straight season in which he's had 30 or more saves. Looking for number 31 to give the Angels a series victory, and those have been few and far between for the Angels out on the road. As a matter of fact, the last series win for the Angels on the road, July 7th and 8th at the Colorado Rockies. The Angels came into action today just 2-13 away from the Big A since the All-Star break, but an opportunity to pick up a series win and then go into Cleveland. They'll have their hands full in Cleveland with the pitching staff that the Indians will feature.
No doubt. A lot of power arms they're going to see for 3 straight games in Cleveland, but now Matt Shoemaker looking on to see if Houston Street can allow him to pick up his 6th victory of the season.
Iglesias 0 for 2 with a ground ball to short and a fly ball to right. Joe Smith went 2/3 of an inning, gave up the triple to Martinez, first batter he faced, but nothing more. Also picked up a strikeout. Two balls, one strike. Used to put 305 career saves. He's 23rd all time. Next up, Goose Gossage with 310. This one's out toward right center, not very deep. Trout's there. One out.
And your goal this inning, if you're Houston Street, you don't want to see Miguel Cabrera till next season.
First pitch strike to Anthony Goes, the center fielder. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Oh, 2. Houston wanted that one on the outside corner.
Just a little bit off the outside corner.
Fouled back. Just off the plate. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes. Can
you say that again quickly?
2 outs.
Good changeup. Circle changeup. Running down and away to get a swing and miss.
Kessler takes upstairs. He's 0 for 3 today. Pulls this one foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
That Shoemaker, who was so dominant today. Just 1 hit allowed and 7 1/3 innings pitched. 5 punch outs.
Fouled off to the right, 1 and 2. Texas still leading Toronto in the 5th inning. Kansas City and Baltimore just getting underway. As are the Cubs and the Giants. The Dodgers ended up shutting out Cincinnati 1-0.
Well, Cincinnati had the bases loaded in the 9th inning with 1 out, but did not score.
1-2, swing and a miss. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Tigers by the final of 2-0.
What an outstanding game thrown by Matt Shoemaker, Joe Smith, and then Houston Street closes it out. Some solid defense, and Albert Pujols, the big RBI back in that 6th inning, and then it manufactured a run for the club on a sac fly.